another cut for y'all today. Yours truly, written by yours truly. Oh, yeah. I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. I wish I could break all the chains that's holding me. I wish I could say all the things I want to say. I'd say them loud and I'd say them clear, so the whole world could hear. The knowledge of the truth will make us free. That's how I ought to be. Walking every day, right knowledge in our mind. The knowledge of the truth will make us free. That's how Africans ought to be. Living every day in the power of our mind. I wish I could share all the love that's in my heart. I'd remove all the things that keep us apart. I wish you could know what it means to be me. Then you'd see and agree. Every African should be free. Yeah. That's how Africans ought to be. Walking every day with right knowledge in our mind. The knowledge of the truth will make us free. That's how Africans ought to be. Living every day in the power of our mind. I wish I could give all the things that I can give. And I wish that I could live the way I'm longing to live. And I wish I could do all the things that I can do. Even though it's way overdue, I'd be starting anew. Yeah. Walking every day with right knowledge in our mind. The knowledge of the truth will make us free. That's how Africans ought to be. Living every day in the power of our mind. I wish I could fly like a bird in the sky. Oh, how sweet it would be if I found out I could fly. I'd soar to the sun and look down at the sea. And then I'd sing because I know what it feels like to be free. Yeah. Walking every day with right knowledge in our mind. The knowledge of the truth will make us free. That's how Africans ought to be. Living every day in the power of our mind. I want to say that verse again. Listen. I wish we could fly like birds in the sky. Oh, how sweet it would be if we found out we could fly. We'd soar to the sun and look down at the sea. And then we'd sing because we know what it feels like to be free. Yeah. Walking every day with right knowledge in our mind. The knowledge of the truth will make us free. That's how Africans ought to be. Living every day in the power of our mind. The knowledge of the truth will make us free. That's how Africans ought to be. walking every day with right knowledge in our mind. The knowledge of the truth will make us free. That's how Africans ought to be, living every day in the power of our mind. Yeah, the knowledge of the truth will make us free. That's how Africans ought to be. Walking every day with right knowledge in our mind. Oh, the knowledge of the truth will make us free. That's how Africans ought to be, living every day in the power of our mind. The knowledge of the truth will make us free. That's how Africans ought to be, walking every day. Now repeat after me. Listen. I gotta be free. Gotta be free. You and me. You and me. We must be free. We must be free. Africa and Africans must be free. We gotta be free. We gotta be free. You and me. You and me. We must be free. We must be free. Africa and Africans must be free. We gotta be free. We gotta be free. You and me. You and me. Oh, we must be free. We must be free. Africans and Africans must be free. We gotta be free. We gotta be free. You and me. Yeah. And we must be free. We must be free. Africa and Africans must be. Listen. Gonna be free. Oh, you and me. Oh, we must be free. Africa and Africans must be free. We gotta be free. We gotta be free. You and me. You and me. Oh, we must be free. We must be free. Yeah, Africa and Africans must be free. Oh yeah. Woo! Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, family. What can I tell you, man? It's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful when we have the opportunity to come together like right now. Yes, that's yours truly. And of course, we're going to keep going with one more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. Come on, let's sing it like we mean it, all right? Yeah. If you're happy to see a new day, come on and say, one more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together. One more time. One more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together. Yeah. God allowed us to come together. One more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together. One more time. One more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together. God allowed us, yeah, to come together to praise God's name. To praise God's name. God allowed us to come together. To praise His name. To praise His name. God allowed us to come together. God allowed us, yeah, to come together to sing our song. To sing our song. God allowed us to come together. Sing our song. To sing our song. To sing our song. God allowed us to come together. God allowed us, yeah, to come together. Now let's put those hands together to clap our hands. Everybody, come on. To clap our hands. God allowed us, yeah, to come together to clap our hands. To clap our hands. To clap our hands. God allowed us to come together. God allowed us, yeah, to come together. Everybody say one more time. Just one more time. God allowed us to come together. One more time. One more time. One more time. Oh, God allowed us. God allowed us to come together one more time. God allowed us just to praise His name. God allowed us. He's been so good and kind. God allowed us. Yeah. Oh, yes, He did. God allowed us. Yeah. God allowed us. God allowed us to come together one more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together one more time, family. And I don't know about you, but I don't take that for granted. Okay, and I mean that, y'all. And listen, I've been singing that song every week for the last 50 years almost, somewhere around there. Every week. You know what? And I'm going to keep on singing it until the day I leave this planet. You know why? Because the message in that song is so powerful. One more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. See, and the good thing about that song is you're letting everybody know that you don't take the credit for your being here. Okay? But God allowed us the opportunity to come together one more time. So I trust that when you awakened today, okay, that you took the time to say to the Most High, thank you for allowing me to see another day in my life. Now help me to use today and make the most of today. This day I'll never see again. I've never seen it before. So help me to make the best of it today. Oh, family, it's so good to have you with us today. Let's get right into honoring those who have made it possible for us to be where we are right now. And that's, of course, our ancestors. Okay? So come on, family. Let's lift our voices together right now. Join in with the brothers and I as we lift our voices together and honoring the life, the deeds, the legacy, and contributions of those who have gone before us. We don't pray to the ancestors, but we do honor their memory. Come on and join in by saying, "Oh, ancestors, blacker than 1,000 midnights, African ancestors, it is to you that we, your children, give respect and honor. Oh, ancestors, we call upon you and welcome you in this place. African ancestors, let your presence fill this place. Oh, ancestors, who have been purposely excluded from the history books so that the world would not know of your greatness. Our African ancestors, who gave civilization to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave the arts to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave music to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave sciences to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave mathematics to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave medicine to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave literature to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave philosophy to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave God consciousness to the world. Oh, ancestors, We thank you for devoting your life to make a future for us, your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Now stand with us, strengthen us, guide us, teach us, and protect us from the snare of our enemies. Rise up, O African ancestors, and let our enemies be scattered, and give us the wisdom and the boldness to deal with our oppressors and those who would hinder the liberation and empowerment of our people. Rise up, O African ancestors, and live in us, and we will not fail to honor you. We will not fail to respect you. We will not fail to hear you, and we will not betray you. Ashe. And now, brothers and sisters, we want to take the time to honor just a few of the great Africans who have gone ahead of us.
Yes.
We call forth their great African names and honor them. To Pharaohs Narmer, Zoja, Sneferu, Khufu, Khafre, Menkaure, and the great vizier and physician and multi-genius Imhotep, we say Ashe.
Yes.
To Queen Nitocris, Queen Sobek Neferu, Queen Ahotep, Queen Amos Nefertari,
Great African
Queen
women.
King Hatshepsut,
Great African
Nefertiti,
women.
Queen
Yes.
T, and Queen Nefertari II.
Yeah.
We say Ashe. To Menkepenra Tahuti Mays, known as Thutmose III,
Yes.
Amenhotep III, Akhenaten, Tutankhamun, Ursula Akra, Setepenra, Ramses
yes.
Meriamun, Ramses II, Shabaka, Taharka, Hannibal, and the great African warrior Shaka Zulu, we say Ashe. To all of the kings, queens, priests, and
Yes.
warriors of Nubia,
Yes.
Waset, Ethiopia, Kemet,
Yes.
Kenya, the Congo, Tanzania,
We
Uganda,
honor their memory
Central,
today.
South, and West Alkibu land, we say Ashe.
Ashe. Yes.
To the more than 600 million Africans
yeah.
whose lives were lost in the European invasions of
We honor
Africa
their
and in the
memory.
Middle Passage, we say Ashe. To the more than 300 million who have since
yes.
lost their lives to racism
We
and
haven't
hate
forgotten
crimes,
you. We
we
haven't
say
forgotten you.
Ashe. To Harriet Tubman,
Ashe.
Frederick Douglass,
Ashe.
Mary McLeod Bethune,
Ashe.
Nat Turner,
Ashe.
Fannie Lou Hamer,
Ashe.
Sojourner Truth,
Ashe.
Carter G. Woodson,
Ashe.
Booker T. Washington,
Ashe.
Dr. Charles Drew,
Ashe.
Noble Drew Ali,
Ashe.
Benjamin Banneker,
Ashe.
George Washington Carver,
Ashe.
Bishop Richard Allen,
Ashe.
Bishop Charles Harrison Mason,
Ashe.
Howard Thurman,
Ashe.
Mother Mahalia Jackson,
Ashe.
the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey,
Ashe.
Benjamin E. Mays,
Ashe.
Langston Hughes,
Ashe.
Medgar Evers,
Yes.
Paul Robeson, Dr. Martin Luther King,
yeah.
Malcolm X, Thurgood Marshall,
Ashe.
Mother Clara Hale,
Ashe.
Adam Clayton Powell,
Ashe.
the Honorable Elijah Muhammad,
Ashe.
Dr. Amos Wilson,
Ashe.
Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. John G.
Dr.
Johnson,
Asa Hilliard,
Dr. Shikanta Diop,
Dr. Ava
Dr.
Muhammad,
Chancellor Williams, Dr. George
James
James,
Drayton, yes.
Patrice Lumumba, Kwame
Dr.
Ture,
Vernon Baptiste,
Kwame Nkrumah,
yes.
Dr. Khalid Muhammad,
Ashe.
Dr. Jacob Carruthers,
Ashe.
Dr. Ishaka Musa Barashando,
Ashe.
Brother Ray Charles,
Brother Sister
to our
Tyson.
mothers and fathers,
Ashe.
our grandmothers and
Call
grandfathers,
their names,
to our great-grandmothers and great-grandfathers,
Call their names.
our brothers and sisters,
Ashe.
sons and daughters,
Ashe.
aunts and uncles,
Ashe.
nieces, nephews, cousins,
Ashe.
all those who have gone ahead of us
Yes,
and have
yes.
made their ancestral transition
Yes.
to their life, deeds, legacy, and contributions, we say
Ashe.
Again we say Ashe. Again we say
Ashe.
Ashe.
Yeah, well, come on and join in as we sing this praise. Allahu Akbar. Sing it like you mean it. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillah. Allahu Akbar. The English translation of these words. God is great and he's worthy to be praised. I say hallelujah. God is great and he's worthy to be praised. I'll say hallelujah. So God make us one. We all should be one. And then the unbelievers will come and say you are with us. God make us one. We all should be one. And then the unbelievers will come and say you are with us. Oh, God make us one. We all should be one. And then the unbelievers will come and will say you are with us. Yeah. Oh yeah. Allahu Akbar. Which means God is great. Allah, He's worthy to be praised. Ah, yes, brothers and sisters. Ah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's so good to have you guys with me today. I know you could have been anywhere else this morning, but you took time out of your schedule to be with me right now, right here, for our online Sunday Njia in fellowship of the African Village and Cultural Center. I'm Dr. Ray Hagins, Chief Elder, Spiritual Leader, Founder, President, CEO of the African Village and Cultural Center. And brothers and sisters, it's so good to have you guys with me once again. I say thank you for being here right now, for making time, okay? Taking time out of your schedule to be with me. You know, it means a lot to me, man, you know, because the greatest teacher in the world is meaningless, okay, if they don't have anyone to listen to them. And you guys log on every Sunday to be with me, you know, and I thank you so much for that. I see you guys here with me every week, you know, and you have no idea what that means to me. It means so much. It encourages me to see that you are here faithfully and loyally every week with me. Okay, to our brothers and sisters in all of the African villages, to the African village of St. Louis, Missouri, where our headquarters is, to our elders there, Ma'ato Tep, thank you for your service and being who you are. To the African village of Youngstown, Ohio, to the elders there, thank you for being who you are, and thank you for your service as well. Okay, to the African village of Detroit, Michigan, or Chicago, thank you as well for your service, our elders there and members as well. To the African village of New York City, to the elders there, you know, hey man, thank you for your service as well. Thank you for holding up the standard of Ma'at there in New York City. You know, hey man, you guys are wonderful up there, and I thank you for, you know, making me proud to be your teacher, okay, and your chief elder. It's an honor, you know, to the African village of Charleston, South Carolina. You know, hey man, I'm honor you guys as well. To the African village of Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah, to Waziri Norman Red Wing down there and the congregation there and the young people there in Memphis. Model tip to y'all as well. I trust everybody's doing good. To all of our friends and supporters, wherever you are, okay, down in Florida, down in Guyana, South America, okay, down in the Virgin Islands, okay. Thank you guys for simply being who you are. Thank you up in Canada for your support. And spreading the word and the message of African liberation to brothers and sisters around the United States of America, right? And of course, to those who are military bases and other parts of the globe. Thank you, Asante Sana Madasi Pa, for simply being who you are. Thank you for your continued support and spreading this message of African liberation. You know, a lot of people say, Dr. Hagins, Dr. Hagins, Dr. Hagins, Dr. Hagins, Dr. Hagins. But listen, I am only who I am because of you. Okay? Yeah, because of you. You guys spread the message. You guys tell people about me. Okay, so that's how people get to hear my message, because you spread the message. So please continue to do that. In fact, spread today's message, share this video. Okay, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe, hit that subscribe button there. Okay, and hit that bell as well, so you'll receive any notifications when I go live. All right, and hit that thumbs up. Okay, so we'll get some likes there. Okay, yeah, brothers and sisters, I'm so excited about everything that is going on. Man, there's so much happening. And of course we have guests coming on with us today. Our own Minister Karin Stewart is coming on. I asked her to come on today because today I want to talk about something that I am tired of experiencing. Okay, um, and that is uh, having to scrape up money to bury loved ones. Okay, y'all, I don't know how many pastors out there can bear witness for what I'm saying, but we as pastors, we go through that quite a bit, you know, and it's time for that to stop now. There's no excuse. There's no excuse, okay, for us having to do that, and everybody creating GoFundMe accounts, and then illegitimate GoFundMe accounts, starting front GoFundMe accounts in the name of people who have passed away, okay, but yet you're not sending the money to the family. Come on, y'all. We we talk about Ma'at, then let's do Ma'at if we're gonna do it, right? Okay, but listen, I have to bring Minister Stewart on today. Okay, and today I want to talk about um, your uninsurability. Okay, your uninsurability decreases your net worth. Okay, now I'm taking it upon myself to say that is the subject for today. I haven't even had the chance to ask Minister Stewart what does she think about that. So I hope I am accurate in saying those words. Okay, if I'm not accurate, of course, when she comes on, then she can correct me for saying something that is not accurate. Okay, but yeah, I want to deal with that today. For the last few weeks I've been walking kind of hard, and people haven't been able to sleep, and people have been calling me all kind of names, and belittling me and putting me down, saying I'm the Antichrist and all that kind of stuff. Brothers and sisters, I told y'all I'm not Antichrist, I'm Antichrist. Not anti, but anti. Okay, remember ANTE that prefix means before, okay, or ahead of. So when I say Antichrist, that means that I go back before this whole program of Christianity even came on the scene. All right, I go back to my Nile Valley brothers and sisters, okay, our ancestors there who dropped that information on us about the sign, everything, as we say in the Oath to the Ancestors every week, okay, what our ancient African ancestors gave to us, the sciences, mathematics, medicine, music, horticulture, agriculture, you name it, man. Okay, chemistry, uh, philosophy, God consciousness. It came from our ancestors. So there's no excuse, okay, for us to not be in the lead position today, okay, all over the world, okay, but we've lost our place, and we have to reclaim that. Okay. And one of the ways that we have to reclaim that is by improving our status economically. Okay. So I'm going to bring my guest on today. Minister Stewart, I'm sure she's got a lot to share with us. And there she is. Look at my sister. What's going on, girl?
Mod Hotel, how are you? How
I'm
you
doing
doing?
blacktastic. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you too well. Maybe is my speaker down?
I'm not
Okay.
hearing myself.
I mean, you're there, and I'm sure that the audience can hear you. Okay. And if you guys have a problem hearing Minister Stewart, just say so there in the chat room, and we'll probably try to do what we can to improve the volume here. Okay. But at any rate, Minister Stewart, how have you been?
I'm good.
All
I'm
right.
good. Yeah,
It's
I've
good to
been
see you.
busy.
You're looking great.
Well, thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you're looking great. You're looking
Thank
great.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
buddy. You know what? Before getting into telling us who you are, before this slips my mind,
hmm
because in preparing for you to come on today, the last time you were on the show, just before we went off the air,
hmm
I said I had you to repeat some words after me. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. I do.
And I was just moved to tell you to say, "Loose my money."
Yeah, you did. You said lose my money.
And this is your first time back on. So, do you have a testimony about?
You want me to share my testimony,
I
don't
want you to say something because the power of life and death,
you? It's in the power of
life
the tongue.
and death is in the power of the tongue.
That's true. That is so true.
You
That
know,
is
so what we say, we manifest.
That's right. That's right.
You know, and
Well,
that day you sure said, "Loose my money," and can't nobody say money like you. You have this flair of the way you turn the EY to a AY.
money.
And so, yeah, like that. See? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So when you spoke those words, what did it produce?
Well, my money was loosed. It was loosed in a matter of days.
Look at that. Okay.
And basically, I'll just say to the listening family is that I just simply had a disagreement with one of the insurers that I work for. Or I provide my services to them. And something went awry in our agreement. So after some careful words to them in writing, things were loosed in a matter of days.
All right. All right. All right.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So
But hey, listen, that's a wonderful thing. Now,
yes, it is.
listen, y'all, listen. We used to sing a song. How did the words to that song go? How did that song go, Minister Stewart?
I'm
Uh,
not sure what you're referring.
he'll do the same for you.
Um,
You remember that? We used to sing that?
yes, yes, at the village.
Yeah.
There is no secret.
There is no secret what
Uh-huh.
God can do.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes. What he's done for others, he'll do for you.
What he's done for others, he'll do for you.
Yes,
And
yes.
I'm saying that because brothers and sisters, I don't know how many of you guys were watching that Sunday
Mm-hmm.
when I just was moved to say that to Minister Stewart before we went off the air.
Mm-hmm.
And that same week,
That same week.
y'all,
That same week. Yeah.
what she
Yes.
spoke happened.
It happened.
Okay,
money-
so I'm saying that you guys out there who and somebody's got your money tied up somewhere, just go ahead and say it. Speak it into the atmosphere.
Loose
Speak it
it.
into the ethereal realm.
Mhm.
Tell it, loose my money.
Loose it.
Okay?
Loose
And watch and see what happens.
it. You're gonna have testimonies yourself. They're gonna be writing in, Dr. Ray.
Good. That's
Say
right.
my
And
money
y'all
was
listen.
loosed.
When you say it, okay, if you get the results that you spoke, email me and testify and tell
That's
me
all
that it worked for you.
That's all
Okay?
right.
Because listen, y'all, we have to understand, okay? Listen, just because we understand that Christianity is not real. That
Mhm.
doesn't mean God is not real.
That's right.
Don't get it twisted.
God has
Okay?
always been.
Don't get it twisted. We
Mhm.
understand that
Mhm.
God is a way maker.
Yes, all
Okay?
day long.
Don't get it twisted, man.
Yes.
Please don't. Okay, just because we say Jesus didn't exist, we're not saying God doesn't exist.
All right now.
All right, I want y'all to be clear on that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If anybody's clear on that, it's us as African people.
that's right.
Always.
Because listen, Africans gave God consciousness to the world.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so if it wasn't for us, the world would not have any idea who and what the Most High is.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Spirituality. I guess spirituality wouldn't exist.
That's right. That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Minister Stewart, for those who may be watching you for the first time, which would be hard to believe somebody doing that, okay, much as you've been on with us, but
yes.
just in case somebody's with you for the first time, tell us who Minister Karin Stewart is. Tell us about Minister Karin Stewart.
All right. So for the umpteenth time, like you said, most people know me. I am a native of St. Louis, Missouri. I am the daughter of a pastor, and I'm the second oldest of 8 children. So I grew up in a really large family. I attended St. Louis Public Schools and graduated and went on to college at the University of Missouri, Columbia, where I studied accounting, and that was my major. Ended up graduating and getting a degree in marketing, however. So I have accounting and marketing in my background. I guess that was just to say back then, as I began to grow and matriculate and meet people throughout, the diaspora, wherever I met people, they let me know, hey, you are not an accounting person. Accounting meaning just sitting in a room dealing with numbers.
Okay.
Most people say you are a people person. So it was friends who told me, no, you need to help people with their numbers. You need to help people because people like you. You have really good interpersonal communication skills, and then you do numbers quickly in your head. So, hey, you need to be helping people with their finances and their numbers. So that's how I kind of got into financial planning. As opposed to just working as a accountant sitting in a room. No offense to any accountants that are working, because we need you too. But so that's basically my life. I started out working for an insurance company, American Family Insurance, for a number of years. That was not working for me. And just kind of felt that call and that pull leading me to my true calling, my true profession. And that is being a financial advisor, a financial planner, and began to study and take the exams that were necessary. Pass them. Wasn't easy. Not like I passed them all the first time, but if you believe something is your passion and you believe God gave that to you, you'll just keep doing what you have to do until you.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
So that's kind of my story. I moved to Dallas, Texas about 6 years ago.
Has it been that long already?
It's been 6 years. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So settled here and doing well and just enjoying my stay, meeting some great people, expanding my business. I'm looking to, really expand. So if anybody out there has a calling and wants to get into financial planning, I'm looking to expand my team. It's a really great industry to work in. People need help all over the world dealing with their finances. So I'm putting that out there too. So if anybody's interested,
I see it.
Contact me.
I see it. I see. As you were saying that, I literally see offices.
Oh Lord.
In different cities.
Wow.
For capital portfolios.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's my business. It's funny you say that. I kind of tapped into that a little bit the other day, and of course, the little you in you says, nah, but something was like, yeah, you
Uh-huh.
can't do this
Yeah.
alone. You got to expand because the need is so great.
Mm-hmm.
There are other people out there besides myself who have that desire to help people financially. They have a knack with numbers, pay special attention to details, are able to communicate to people the needs that they're lacking in their financial world, such as the need for life insurance. And so I know you're out there. Somebody's watching me today, and so we need to team up together and make this happen.
Well, I can see. Are you ready for employees?
It's time. Yes.
Are you ready for the reason why I'm saying that is because I see you having to have, I guess what you would call them, like branch managers,
Oh wow.
if that's the right term.
You taking this thing
I see it. I
oh
mean,
wow.
as you were saying it, I actually see, just like when I'm riding through the city and I see offices for State Farm
Mm-hmm.
or Allstate,
All right.
or Charles Schwab or uh,
Merrill
all of these,
Lynch.
what, Merrill Lynch and all. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay. I mean, you ride and they have offices in different major cities.
They do. They
Shucks,
do. Yes, they
why
do.
can't we have it?
That's right. It's our time.
Doggone
It's
it.
our time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I picked a subject today and didn't get to run it by you.
Okay.
Okay. And I just announced it to everybody. And I
Oh,
said, if there's inaccuracy in the wording of the subject,
mm-hmm.
then I would wait for you to correct it.
Okay. All right.
Okay. But the subject that I chose was uninsurability decreases your net worth.
Ooh, that's a great topic. You did a great job.
Is that correct?
Oh, that is correct. Oh yeah, that's good.
Okay, so that's accurate to say that.
That's accurate to say. Yeah.
Okay, now the reason why I start off with the word uninsurability
Mm-hmm.
because and family out there, listen, this is no exaggeration. Over the last 4 months, I have had to deal with almost no 9 to be exact, 9 or 10 families
Hmm.
over the last 4 months, okay, who a loved one passed away
Mm-hmm.
and they couldn't bury the man, couldn't bury the woman, couldn't bury the deceased member of the family
It keeps happening.
because they didn't have insurance.
Something as simple as insurance.
And yeah, and what's really sad about it, several of those uh, that had passed away had been ill for several years. So I don't understand why, for the life of me, these family members had to wait to try to scrape up money when they knew the inevitable was coming.
It was coming. Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, their loved one was terminally ill.
exactly. So yeah.
So why wait? I mean, you found out a couple of years ago. How many family members does it take for us to? We come on, y'all. We got to find. That's why I wanted you to come on today, Minister Stewart.
Okay.
Okay, because this is your area. This is your field. You can help give us some direction, some wisdom on what we can do. Okay, a lot of people probably think they can't afford insurance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I remember in my ministry when in New Jersey, sister who used to work for us, she thought she couldn't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
And when we looked into it, we were able to get her a $75,000 policy for $25,000 for each of her children.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
For virtually little or nothing. And it was deep, man. That because I was taking out insurance on myself
Mm-hmm.
and thought about the fact I don't think she has insurance. And I asked, "Do you have insurance?" She said, "No, I don't have no life insurance." I said, "Girl, you got kids. You need life insurance. Anything can happen."
Yes. Yes.
And so we took out a life, and it just so happened that within 3 years after we took out the policy, she passed away.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
know,
It's good thinking
uh,
on your
yeah.
behalf. On your
I
behalf.
mean, what would have happened? Those children wouldn't have had anything.
Mm-mm. That
Anything.
responsibility would have been left to someone else to care.
Exactly.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Uh, so how do we address this? And I feel led to do this today because there are people listening to us right this minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
know y'all are, because I got too many viewers. Too
Yes.
many viewers out there, and I keep running into this same predicament of our people trying to scrape up money,
Mm-hmm.
okay, to bury loved ones, and can't even come up with enough money to bury them and have to end up cremating them.
Right.
And I'm not speaking against cremation,
Right.
but if you choose to cremate, at least let it be because that's what you want
That was your
to do.
choice. Yes.
Yeah, and not because you can't afford nothing else.
Exactly. Exactly.
So help us here. This is
Okay.
your area.
Okay. Well,
This is
first of all, let me say thank you once again for having me on the show.
You're very
Um,
welcome. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I always feel at home. I feel welcome because I feel like this is an extension of the African village. So,
It is. That's
yeah,
right.
it
Yeah.
is. I also want to say it's really great that you're having me on the show today because this is National Life Insurance Awareness Month. The entire month of September, every
Wow.
year, they celebrate National Life Insurance Awareness Month. Um,
Okay.
this is a month where insurance companies and the entire industry puts a extra heavy focus or hones in um, on the fact that people need to look at their insurance policies, review them, make sure you have enough. If you do not have any, get with someone immediately. So it's always a reminder to us as producers or agents, hey, let me hone in and emphasize the need for proper life insurance this month.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think it's a really good topic today. And I like the way you defined it. How did you say it? You said underinsurance or
Today's topic
mm-hmm.
is uninsurability.
Mm-hmm. Decrease
Decreases your net
your
worth.
net worth. Yeah, yeah. That's something people are not aware of. Uh,
Let's talk about uninsurability.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start off by saying, too, just since you've had me on your show a couple times,
Uh-huh.
you've done your job. You've done your job of putting the information out there by having me on the show because a lot of people have reached out to me, a great number of people, and have
Good.
gotten insurance that did not have it.
Good.
They were educated about how it works, the different types that are available. There are many people that I met via this show that we reviewed their life insurance policies and they didn't have adequate life insurance policies. They had policies, they didn't know how they worked. And so they were
Mm,
educated. And so I just think it's a wonderful thing that you share of your time and space to want to give airtime and educate our people, especially
mhm.
our people about the need for proper life insurance planning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, like I say, we encountered it. I mean, I look at our scholars, for example,
mhm,
right? Do you
mhm.
not know? I don't know if you remember when Dr. John Henrik Clark passed away. We had to raise money in the African village
Hmm.
to help bury that man.
I
As
think I
great
do
of a
remember that.
scholar. You remember
Yes.
that we
Yes, I
had to
do
take up a
remember that.
donation to help
Yes.
bury him.
Yeah. And that shouldn't be.
That should not be.
No.
This man has given his life
Hmm.
for the empowerment, resurrection, and liberation, mind liberation of our people.
Yes. Yes, he did.
And a policy is not in place so that when he closes his eyes, his estate is taken care of.
That's right. That's right.
That's just not right.
It's not right.
It's
We've
not
got
right.
to do a better job at looking after our elders, caring for them, asking
Yes.
those questions, questions people do not want to really talk about, but it is necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Why only have this conversation after a person has deceased?
Yeah.
Why are we having it after the fact? We need to be a lot more proactive in this day and age dealing with planning, financial planning, life insurance planning. This is an age-old conversation. And I have to say, I think our people are doing better. Again, because of shows like this, we're talking about it. We're not on here to belittle anyone, make them feel bad, but we're here to educate you. We want
Mm-hmm.
you to get on the bandwagon, prepare yourself and your family for what is inevitable, what is coming to all of us. So
It's coming.
it's coming.
I mean, and it's really deep, man. I mean, I received quite a few phone calls over the last couple of weeks for people who are seriously sick,
Hmm.
battling this COVID, man.
Mhm.
Um, I think about our former captain of security. I was just thinking about Carlton the other day.
That hurts. That
It
one
don't make no
hurts.
sense. That brother's not here no more.
It does not make any sense.
But even in that situation, went through that with that, y'all, those of you out there who listening to me right now, who know if something was to happen to you right now,
Mm-hmm.
God forbid, and y'all listen, you never know when it's your last day
That's right.
on this planet.
That's right.
Okay, I mean, we think we we think we got plenty of time. You don't know how much time you have left here.
We're done.
And it's so wrong when your family and loved ones, they're already hurting.
They're already hurting.
They're already traumatized.
They're already traumatized.
Because you passed away.
Yes.
Yes.
And so now reality is here. It has set in.
Yes.
And now they have to handle business.
And you'd be surprised how many people call me and say, Dr. Hagins, I don't know how to, I've never been here before. I haven't been through this before. And I said, wow, that's deep. Because see, me having dealt with it so much, I'm thinking other people have dealt with it a lot too. But no, you don't really deal with death and dying until it's somebody in your family.
That's right. And
or somebody close to you.
That's right. Yeah. You and I have something in common in that we were raised in the holiness, the Black church. So we both have the capacity on us to serve in whatever ministry God has called us in. So we've both served at many funerals. I'm sure you've served at times more than I have. 50 times more.
Yes.
But going there and being a comfort to other people becomes, I don't know how to say it, not easy, but when you're used to doing it, you just go and serve the need and you go home. You pray for the family. You tell them we're going to be close and tell other people to look after them. But it hits differently when it's your family.
Oh, yeah.
Now you have to think about do I have this in place? Did I get a policy? Is it still in force? Is it the right kind? Now your family has to come together and go to the funeral home and look at a casket and walk down the center aisle as the family that is now bereaved and mourning. And that's a difficult place to be. And you don't know it until it happens. You just don't know that feeling. I went through that last year and I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the key is to be prepared.
And it's something you can't prepare for it. Okay. I mean, you can prepare yourself financially.
On the business side.
on the
take care
yes,
of
so that doesn't
business.
hit you as hard. That doesn't take as much of a toll on the family,
Mm-hmm.
as it would if you weren't prepared.
That's right.
But you're never emotionally prepared.
Never.
You're
Never.
never psychologically prepared.
No, sir.
You're never spiritually prepared
That's right.
for the
People think
loss
they
of a
are.
loved one.
That's right.
And so we need to work on preparing ourselves as much as possible.
Mm-hmm. We need to take care of our business, handle our business.
Handle the business, In fact, for those of you out there, I know I've been trying to let y'all know the last few weeks that the Bible is not the word of God. And again, I don't mean to Bible bash, but I want y'all to notice this verse in the Bible. It says, a feast is made for laughter.
That's
right. Ecclesiastes 10:19.
Uh-huh.
And wine maketh merry.
Yes.
But hear this part, y'all. But money answereth all things. Okay?
You can drop the mic now, as they say.
There you go.
Drop the mic.
Money answereth all things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, is that true? Or is it true? I don't know if it's true or not. But I do know that when I'm able to pay my bills,
it's a good feeling.
I feel like money has answered something.
Right.
Okay. And so family, I want you guys out there to stop going through this trauma of a death taking place and you're not in the position to handle your business.
Yeah. It's an unnecessary trauma.
Exactly.
It's an unnecessary trauma. I would have to say nearly all of us make enough money where we can prioritize what we need to do and put those wants more on the bottom burner.
Yes.
We've heard this preached over and over. Every time I look on YouTube, every time I look up, a pastor is preaching this to his organization, his church, because we get it the most. As the Black church, we get hit with this sudden announcement that so-and-so passed away.
Yep.
He or she was not prepared for that final stage, that final rite of passage, as you would say. It costs. It's an expense with that.
And you know what, Minister Stewart? I think one of the areas that we suffer from here that fosters our procrastination or avoidance, one of the two, is we think that young people are not going to die until they get old.
Well,
so this is like, I don't think I really need insurance right now, and brothers and sisters, take it from me, nothing could be farther from the truth.
Yeah, especially lately. We've lost so many people.
Look at how many of our young adults, in their 20s are dying.
Yes, they are.
And families got to scrape up money because they didn't take it seriously.
When all they really had to do was check a box on the job. When they open up, I think it's called open enrollment. I believe once a year, employers offer you an opportunity, a chance to either get in their 401k plan that they're offering or make changes to your current life insurance, get in life insurance for the first time. Don't wink at that. Don't sleep on it and say, oh, I'm good. I know what I did 3-4 years ago. You may think but things change.
Anything can happen.
Yes,
Anything
can happen. People get divorces. You may need to check your beneficiaries. Make sure you have the right person down.
Talk about that. Talk
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. You'd be surprised how many 401ks go into that. I don't even know the name of that file. Um, Unmarked or untapped assets or funds because people fail to put a beneficiary down on their 401k and
Wow.
they passed away, and you're trying to let the employer know, well, I'm her sister, I'm her mom. Well, it's not marked, and so
Mhm.
it has to go into something called probate, and that
Mhm.
could take years, and that's a whole nother conversation. But don't sleep on these opportunities when it's time to review what they're offering you on the job, because many times that is one of the cheapest ways to get insurance when they, because it's group insurance.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah, you can insure yourself for maybe $5-10 a month coming out of your payroll check. You can insure your children sometimes for that amount, $2, $5. Review it. Just consciously say, I'm gonna take a look at it, take a peek, make sure I have beneficiaries assigned for me, make sure I have all my children covered. Let me share something about these children. A lot of people are not aware that with most of these employer sponsored plans, your children are going to fall off at the age of 26 in most cases. And
Teach.
and
Teach.
sometimes it's 22. So review your own policy. Look at those guidelines. Um, and some people continue to pay whatever that premium is for years. They have 40 and 50-year-old children, and the premium's not that much. But I think I'm really trying to pay attention to or focus on the fact that you don't know. That knowledge isn't there. That's what I'm really hitting. It's not so much what you're paying, because we overpay in a lot of areas and things we shouldn't,
Mhm.
but the lack of knowledge. You don't even realize that that child is no longer insured on your job.
Isn't that something?
It's really something. And we grow up, these kids grow up so fast. You look at your 26, 27-year-old, you still see them as an 18-year-old. We don't even
Yeah. Yeah.
acknowledge their
Yeah.
growth.
Yeah.
We don't acknowledge that.
So
And
so so it's important that we focus on staying current.
staying current, preach on that.
Okay, because
Yeah,
in other words, a policy may have been in existence for a while, and if you don't read the fine print, you may not even know that your son or daughter is no longer covered
that's right. That's right. That's right.
because at a certain age, they're no longer reckoned to be a
A child,
child or a dependent.
a juvenile, they are a grown adult. And these insurance companies, even if you want to buy an insurance policy for your adult young person, your child who's 26, 27, 30, they're saying, does he or she work? If they work, they need to own their own policy
Hmm.
because they are recognizing this as an adult. You're not recognizing it. You still see your child as a child, but the insurance
Hmm.
company is like, no, they need to cover that expense. They need to understand the need. And they're really strict about that. So it almost sounds like this is a conversation we're having too, to push people into recognizing your child ain't no child no more.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have a hard time of letting go. Um, yeah, go
I
ahead.
want to share the method that you had me to appropriate
Hmm.
so that I would have some coins to lean on
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
my latter years.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Because, and family, brothers and sisters, you've heard us say time and time again how, I've with 24 years now, right, at the African Village,
I think so. 24.
and still hadn't gotten a salary for it because we just don't have it like that,
Hmm.
unfortunately. Um, so we talked about a retirement fund for me some years ago,
Yes.
and we were never able to do it.
Right.
So Minister Stewart came up with an idea. I thought it was a great idea, and she said, uh, "Insure your children,
Hmm.
um, and the money that is the money that pays into that policy.
It's your money because you're the owner.
Right. Exactly.
The owner.
Plus, I still have
A
the
death
full
benefit.
benefit of
Mhm.
the policy in case something happens to my daughter.
Exactly. Yeah. That is that leans back or hones into the topic being insurable or uninsurable.
Uninsurability decreases your net worth.
Your net worth. It's
Mhm.
important, people, that we get insurance as soon as possible. The younger, the better. Um,
Teach.
you know, your premiums are going to be a lot more affordable if you get insurance when you're younger, and you're a lot
Mhm.
healthier at that time too. So when I talk to you about owning whole life insurance, I believe other the old Ephesus church, they may have started a really small IRA for you. It was something really tiny, but we weren't funding it. And it was because I said it's a better way to do this. You're going to need life insurance. And we can get the type that's going to add cash to the policy.
Mhm.
And we don't have to worry about the volatility of the stock market with this cash. It pays steady dividends year after year, year after year.
Mhm.
It's this whole life policy. And the other benefit of owning a policy of that sort is that you can pull the cash out tax free. So it's building up tax free cash for you. Can you all hear me okay? I feel like there's
I
some,
hear you. Yeah.
okay. I feel like there's something feedback for me.
No, I
So,
hear you.
okay, very good. So again, you want to buy something that's going to give you, maybe I can say double indemnity. You get more than one benefit. People are just now beginning to put out there that life insurance is not just for a death benefit.
Okay.
Life insurance is for your life while you're still alive as well.
Mhm.
And so our community is starting to catch on to that. I know some of our older citizens in our community, our elders, shall I say, they're privy to that. When I first got in the business, some of the members of the African village told me, some of the elders were like, you can come by and we can talk about life insurance, honey, but don't bring that term to my house. I've had terms several times and I don't want
Mhm.
it anymore.
Okay.
Okay. So that let me know that through life experience, um, they knew about how term work versus a permanent policy, such as whole
Mhm.
life. And there's many different types of permanent policies. But yes, your policy, we got it started for you. And I really wish we had started it a lot earlier because
Me too.
the premium would have been more attractive. It'd have been more cash in there, even up until this point. But you were approved. And I'll say this, Dr. Ray wasn't a 30 or 40-year-old man at that time when we got it approved.
That's right.
And we run that risk as we get older too, where
And
our
that's something we need to talk about.
mm-hmm,
That's
mm-hmm,
really something we need to talk about,
yes,
because we don't want to come to grips with the reality that we're getting older.
that's right, that's right.
In fact, so many people are into trying to stop themselves from getting older, by taking supplements and all this kind of stuff, like it's going to prevent the inevitable,
Yeah, well,
you
we're
know.
bombarded with that type of stuff these days.
Yeah.
Society, social media has all types of aids to
Yeah, family,
increase the aging
we're gonna
process.
get older, we're gonna die. Okay?
Yes, yes.
Let's
And
keep it
so,
real.
yeah. And so you're working up against possible um, ailments that can set up in your body um,
Hmm.
if you wait to get insured. And that's why yeah,
Yes.
you got to
That's
get
what
insured
that's
while you're
what the
young and healthy.
that's what the uninsured. Let's deal with that. The
Hmm.
uninsurability. Don't wait until you're uninsurable.
That's right. That's right.
I've heard so many people. I've seen so many people, especially in the church,
Hmm.
because our diet is horrible.
Oh, we can talk about that.
in the black church. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we eating everything but what we should be eating. And of course we got a bunch of shouting, praise God, unhealthy people
That's right. We'll stop right there.
in the church.
Yeah. Um, and really the only form of exercise many of these saints get is running around the church. And that's not adequate.
That's right.
That's not adequate.
That's
You
right.
have to purpose your exercise. Purpose
Sure.
it 3-4 times a week. I am going to purpose and get out of this house and walk around the block or go to
Mm.
the gym, go swimming, get on a treadmill, get that heart rate up, get those legs to move. And you've got to purpose this in your heart and make it happen. Because shouting a couple seconds at church, it ain't getting it. We've seen too many
Now, you
people.
got that right.
Yeah, we don't shout that long the older we get now.
But I mean, you would think, in fact, I don't even know if I should go here with this, but I'm gonna go here. Uh,
Go.
you would think that as much as some of our Pentecostal churches
Mm-hmm.
spend so much time shouting and doing aerobics,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or I'm gonna call it Pentecostal Zoom. Is it called Zoom?
Zumba.
Zumba,
Zumba.
Zumba classes. You why you would think that a lot of Pentecostal folk would be a lot thinner than they are.
I don't think that many of us are participating in those exercises you just said. Not a lot of.
In the Pentecostal church?
They're not participating in Zumba classes. You mean Zumba at church?
No,
Oh,
no,
you mean
no. I'm talking about all the shouting going
oh,
on.
all the shouting. Okay, yeah,
It's still getting your heart rate up.
but
It's still burning calories.
it's not long enough, Dr. Ray.
That's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
no, listen, some of them people, they listen. I used to be the church musician.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
remember.
I
I
can't,
remember. Okay.
can't correct you.
Folk be dancing for a whole half hour, you know, or they'll sing songs. I'm a soldier. And then you
And
ain't
catch
think
a
about
song.
Jesus, he's all right. Have
Yeah.
you tried Jesus? And you
He's
go one
all
song and I mean for a whole half hour, 45
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, dancing and if the music is right and the beat is right, mm-hmm.
Well,
And yet
let's just say it's a process. It's a
it's
transformation
something.
that
It's
must happen.
something.
Yeah.
It's something
Yeah.
because they,
I mean being healthy. It's a process. It's not a
yeah,
one-time thing. It's an ongoing
it is.
lifestyle
It is.
change.
It
It's a
is.
mental change.
It
Um,
is.
it starts in your head. Everything starts here. Everything. So
Yeah,
you gotta want to be healthy. You
that's
gotta
true.
you gotta
But
want to.
isn't it deep that unfortunately that's not something that's promoted
No, 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 no,
in
no,
church?
no. Well,
You know, I mean, I think about all my years growing up in the church. I've never heard that emphasized
it's just coming out now. And I
growing
think
up in church.
because there are scriptures, like I was sharing with you, people can take a scripture and back up any thought or concept that they have in their mind.
They sure can.
Um, you know how they have that one scripture, Paul or somebody is saying bodily exercise profited little. So somebody took that and ran with it.
Uh-huh. See, that's what I mean by segmented biblical attention.
Yeah, that's one of them.
That's a perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you separated a verse from the context
Mm-hmm.
to say what you wanted to say.
Because you don't want to work out. You don't want to eat right, live right.
Exactly.
You want to tell everybody else how to live right
Exactly.
spiritually in church.
You are overweight and all obese and everything, and
Yes.
you find an excuse because God said so. You think
Yeah. That text
bodily
says
exercise
profited
profited
little. Well, whatever little it profits, I want it. I'm
I
gonna take
know that's right.
I'm gonna take advantage.
I know that's right.
I need it.
Shucks.
Oh
We
God.
got people dropping dead from heart attacks in the
Yes.
church,
Yes.
especially our pastors.
Yes. You know,
You
I
know?
heard a pastor speak on this too, how he was saying bodily exercise helps you to be strong and be able to handle or battle even sometimes mental attacks.
Oh yeah,
You
definitely.
know, being able to fare these
Mm-hmm.
things out and not feel like I just have to give up.
Mm-hmm.
You're not used to I guess being under any type of stress. When you work out, you're sweating, you're putting your body
Mm-hmm.
under some stress for a limited time. And when other attacks come at you, you're better able to handle them.
Yes. Yes.
Just
Yes.
because yeah.
In fact, just the exercise and the working out or just walking,
Hmm.
okay, really helps to get, as they say, your juices flowing.
Yes.
So it
Yes.
clears out the cobwebs.
Yes. Yes.
When your blood is flowing like it should,
Hmm.
it helps to get your heart rate up, so it pumps blood better.
That's right.
Oh yeah, helps lower your blood pressure,
Yes.
all
Yes.
that kind of stuff. Helps lower your sugar levels,
Yes.
everything.
So it sounds like we're talking about addressing the needs of the whole man here.
Definitely,
Definitely. That's the
definitely.
day and time we're living in now.
Yeah, I mean it's not just about buying life insurance and not taking care of yourself.
Right.
Okay,
Well,
that's not what we're trying to do here.
exactly. And they're not going to even let you have it if you don't take care of yourself. They will
You
deny
know this.
you.
This is getting real deep because I think I remember you telling me about how strict they've gotten to
Hmm.
where you can't even get life insurance on other stuff, like if your credit is bad or if your license is suspended, or
Oh
am I?
yeah.
I
Yeah. You're going
it,
down the right path. You
yeah,
are. Um,
so you really have to have yourself squared away.
you have to have yourself squared away. You cannot be a reckless driver out here. You have to
See?
uphold certain lifestyle habits that basically are righteous. You can't be telling people, hey, I smoke pot, I drink every week. All of that's going to show up in your blood and your analysis results, all of that.
Okay,
And so
okay.
you have to take care of this temple that God has given you, or else the insurance company is not going to lay out $100,000, $250,000 on the line for an unhealthy, undisciplined person.
Yeah.
So we're just at this time where everybody is preaching discipline yourself, go to the next
Hmm.
level. Yeah, when a person is sick, it's too late to think about getting life insurance for him because they are not going to get it. It's going to be a
Hmm.
deny. And
Hmm.
that's just the truth. So at that time, that's when you would think family members are starting to come together and have conversations as to how we're going to bury Uncle Fess, or when that time comes,
Hmm.
because and that's why I kind of chuckled earlier when you were saying that, and you said you would think family would come together. I thought you were referring to us having those conversations. Uncle Fess didn't have any life insurance, so what are we going to do?
Hmm.
And sometimes families are so burdened with that responsibility coming to them over and over that they're like, Uncle Fess may have to be cremated because that's the only
Hey,
option
listen,
on the table
I just went through that. I just
today.
went through that a couple of
Hmm.
weeks ago with
Hmm.
a family member, and that's one of the reasons why I want to, address this, because I'm
Yes.
tired. I'm tired of going through it. I'm
Yeah.
tired. I'm tired of seeing our people go through it.
Yeah. Yeah. We do
You know,
everything else we want to do. Somebody said we walking around
right?
carrying these name
Exactly.
brand bags, expensive bags, red bottom shoes. We
Yes.
eat we eat out wherever we want to eat.
Yes.
We want
Yes.
the best of food. We don't eat hamburgers. We eat lobsters and seafood. We eat the best steak. This is my
Hmm.
people, and I'm not mad at anybody, but just make sure your priorities are proper.
That's really what it's about.
It
It's not a, and somebody listening to us right now probably saying, I don't know if I can afford that. Listen, you can't afford not to.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right.
You can do whatever you want to do. It's
That's
a
right.
matter of
That's
prioritizing
right.
or managing your money properly.
That's right.
I One of the things that I've noticed with a lot of us is not that we don't make enough money.
Hmm.
Okay, we don't manage our money
Properly.
like
That's right.
we're not good stewards like we're supposed to
We're
be.
not good stewards. That'll preach. We
You
are
follow
not
what I'm
good
saying?
stewards. funds.
Okay. You have the funds. Okay. Just manage it better
Mm-hmm.
so
And,
that,
and yeah,
hey, man, there's no
yeah,
excuse for this
no
today.
excuse. Away with all this fear too. Like you said, the fear of I don't think I can afford it. The fear of I may be denied. You don't know until you try.
Right. Exactly.
You know, we are
Mhm.
some of the best people for using the phrase, uh, well, I wish I had known. I didn't know. If I, you didn't try either.
Uh-huh.
You listened to what your neighbor said across the fence and took his advice, and he's not an expert in that field. And
Hmm.
that's a thing we really got to stop doing.
And it's really deep because somebody listening right this minute, you've been listening and we've been talking, and it's almost like it's almost like you're saying, doggone it. I mean, they are all over me today. So if that's how you feel, then you need to get and do something about
That's
this.
right.
You
That's
need to
right.
give Minister Stewart a call.
Oh, wow.
Okay. In fact, let's see here.
Today, how do we say it? Salvation has come to you.
Uh okay, I'll figure out a way to get your number on the screen there.
Oh, okay. All right. That's
Yeah.
fine. But
But for those of you who want to reach out to Minister Stewart, her number is, and write it down, please, 314-517.
no, no, no.
I'm sorry, I'm giving you my number. 314-324-5711.
Uh-huh. That's it.
Okay, write that number down, 314-324-5711.
Yes.
You know what I want to play right now, right?
Oh, yeah. You want to play it?
You know what? I just got the urge.
Time to
I just got the urge.
you.
I just got the urge.
I
Y'all
love that
listen.
song.
This is Minister Stewart's theme music.
Yeah.
Hey, it's called Work Your Money, y'all.
Work your money. Woo.
Hey,
Time to work your money.
oh yeah.
Money. Time to make your money. Yeah.
Y'all got it?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
love that
that's
jam.
the groove right there.
That
And
is
by the
it.
way, y'all, the music and the vocals that you heard, there's yours truly and us truly.
Yes. We recorded that. That was a lot of fun too.
Yeah, right. Work your
And
money.
yeah.
314-324-5711.
Mhm. And
Yeah.
sometimes that's how our people learn is through music sometimes. Make
Yeah.
it
Yeah. Now see,
catchy.
with that groove right there
Hmm.
is gonna be ringing in somebody's head for the rest of the day.
Oh yeah.
Y'all know what that means? That means you're supposed to call Minister Stewart. That's what
That's
that
right.
means. That's the Holy Ghost putting that song in your mind.
Oh
Okay?
wow. Oh wow.
Yes, people
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard people.
Brothers and sisters, really, I mean, we're joking and laughing, but we're very serious here today.
Hmm.
This is a very serious topic.
Yes.
Okay. And personally, I am sick and tired
Hmm.
of being sick and tired
Hmm.
of seeing us scraping up pennies from whoever we can get it from
Hmm.
to bury a loved one.
Hmm.
Come on, y'all.
Yeah. You're sick and tired of us being in an unprepared state.
Yes, exactly.
There's no
Exactly.
excuse for that these days. No
Exactly.
excuse. No
Exactly.
excuse. No excuse.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we all do what we want to do, and we should want to live better. A young person, 30 years old, if they get a permanent life insurance policy whole life, they're setting themselves up for having $100,000 or more of cash that they can use while they're alive in their life insurance policy.
Okay, now make that realistic. Make that break that down again, because that's definitely a deal
Yeah. And
maker.
the key is, you notice I said a young person, 30 something.
Yeah.
I see a lot of advertisements on TikTok these days, YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
sharing, saying how you can become a millionaire by putting X amount of dollars aside for the next 20, 30 years. Well, that's not working for you if you right at 60. That's not going to happen.
Right.
You don't have enough time on your side for the money to work to
Talk
your
good.
advantage.
Talk good. Talk
So
good.
timing is everything. We must
Mm-hmm.
take advantage of the time that is afforded to us
Mm-hmm.
and put our money to work. That's why I came up with work your money. As I said in
Mm-hmm.
another show, currency is supposed to be flowing. That's how we
Mm.
know a current is happening in the waters. You know why?
Wow. Yeah.
Because that's the only stream that's moving. The water on each side of that current is still.
Mm-hmm.
So currency is supposed to be moving. You're supposed to be working your money as soon as you start earning your money.
All right.
Somebody
All
should
right.
be talking to you about how do you put your money to work for you. One form is buying life insurance. It may seem like the most passive form, but you're going to be so grateful years down the road when you look at it, the cash
Mm-hmm.
accrued that has that value that has accrued in your policy. And, it could be times like this where the stock market is a little volatile, but those dividends kept paying into your life insurance. So you were
Mm-hmm.
unaffected by volatility. It's important that we learn how to put our money to work for us. Putting it under the mattress is not working it. It's just letting it sit, and it's not making anything for you. Sure, you know where it is,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't even have the potential, the propensity to earn anything
Mm-hmm.
because you have it hidden and tucked away. And
Right.
um,
Wow.
again,
Mm.
there's just so much we need to learn. And again, I'm just grateful for the number of people who are calling who want to learn. People who have said they felt so guilty when they heard us have these talks and these conversations because they're like, I'm 40, I'm 50, I'm 60, and I've made X amount of dollars and I have not known how to put it to work.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think about it, sometimes I get calls and the people have me in tears because they're like, I was drawn to the words that you said that came out of your mouth, and it
Mm-hmm.
made me feel guilty, and it made me want to move to action.
Yes.
And that's what life's all about. If we don't if we hear messages from our teachers, our leaders, our pastors, or whatever, and they don't move us to action, if they don't transform our minds, then what is the
Waste of
purpose?
time. Waste of
Wasting
time.
your time.
Yep.
If you just sit there out of obligation every week because
Mm.
somebody told you had to go and you have to pay your dues and be present, you're wasting your time. When people are moved by God to teach or give their passion, if it's not changing the lives of somebody out there, if you're not moved to change,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to say to you. And I've heard more people say once they started getting financial instruments with me, financial vehicles, that they felt empowered.
Yeah, of course.
They're like, wow,
Yes.
wow. Now how many accounts do I have now? Minister Stewart, tell me again.
Yeah.
Now, what accounts do I have? They just felt empowered. And
Mm-hmm.
that is a very liberating feeling for that person who brought the empowerment. That's liberating to
Listen,
both of us.
I remember when you opened a brokerage account for me.
Yes,
It
sir.
it it honestly made it. Listen, I honestly had a different attitude.
Uh-huh. Right.
I'm serious. It's like
You're like, I got a brokerage. Yeah, my brokerage.
Yeah, I got a brokerage account, not just a checking account. I have a
Mhm,
brokerage account.
mhm, mhm.
Okay,
And
it made me feel like I was rich.
yes, yes,
Okay,
because
I mean,
again, you know what just came to me? Opening that brokerage account put you in the position of ready.
that's right.
That
That's
came back
right.
to me, being in the position
That's
of ready.
right. Be in the
It put
position of
you
ready.
in a position where when the time is right, you can further empower yourself by buying it, by buying businesses. Let me say that. A lot of people say they want to own a business, start a business. Well, you can own businesses by having a brokerage account and buying stock.
Hmm.
When you buy stocks in Amazon and whoever, Google and whoever, I'm not trying to promote any one company right here now, but you can say, I have ownership shares in this company.
Mm.
Yeah. So it put
Just
you
be
on a hook.
just being able to say that means something.
Yes. Yes.
Just being able to say I have ownership
Mhm.
in this major company over here.
Yes. Yes.
You
That's
know,
especially empowering to our people because for so many years, Dr. Ray, we were left out of this.
yeah.
As a matter of fact, can I keep it real? We were the commodity.
You know something? I'm so glad. I'm so glad you went there
Mm,
because I was trying to pull this in my head.
hmm.
I remember you telling us one day about how the insurance industry in this country
Profited.
had gotten made all their money pretty much off of enslaved Africans.
Enslaved Africans off the backs of our ancestors. That's
Break
why
that
they stand
for
today.
those out there who are listening, they need to know that somebody sees our worth more than we do, if I'm saying
Mhm.
that right.
You used to say it this way, they know more about us than we know about ourselves. You used
Yeah,
to always say it that way. And
yeah,
they still do. And
yeah.
that's still the case. And it should not be.
So you mean, and also, you mentioned something about checking that box when you get that job.
Oh yeah, checking a box about beneficiaries or buying life
Uh-huh.
insurance because it's the
People need to
cheapest.
also understand that your employer understands that having insurance on you is more important than you realize.
Hmm. Oh
Okay,
yeah.
because and don't y'all take my word for it, look it up. It's called peasant insurance. And that's when employers insure employees for $1 million or more
Well, many times without their knowledge. That's the whole thing with
without the
without
knowledge
their
of the
knowledge.
employee. That's my point. That's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah,
my point.
yeah, yeah. Without
And
their
and
knowledge.
and for example, Walmart, right? That's why Walmart is so doggone big because
Well,
of the insurance policies that it takes out on their employees.
and
And the thing is, once they take out these policies, even if the person is no longer working for Walmart, that policy is still in force.
well, the policy's cashed in, and that's what happened to us in slavery. That's what we need to talk about.
See?
So
Let's
so
talk
the
about that.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
get people to understand that everybody sees a way of making money off of us but
Mhm.
us.
Yeah. We need to understand that we are an economy, collectively together and individually. You are an economy. You weren't born, you weren't put here just to sit pretty in a chair all day and not give back to society.
Okay.
You're supposed to add to the gross domestic product. You're supposed to add to the
So
economy of
now,
life.
so economy be the right word or commodity?
In what statement? We're supposed to.
You said we are an economy.
Well, we're a money making entity. The fact that God gave us a brain, we have hands, heart. We can ration that. We can use our brains to make money. I am an individual economy, and maybe you can also say commodity too. I never really thought of it that way, but that's how they used us. I would say in the stock
Yeah,
market.
that's how they use it. They see that's what they see us as.
Yeah.
Okay, that gives us value to them.
Yes. And we need to start teaching that to our children because other
Wow.
ethnicities do that. They let their kids know when they're babies, you're gonna do something. Some of the Asian influences, families, the child is carrying a bowl. I've said this before at 3 and 4 years old. And if their job is just an hour a day, a couple times a day, take that rice bowl from this point to the next, the child is learning this is my family business. I'm going to
Yeah.
contribute to this early, but we're letting our children get by.
Isn't it deep?
It's
You
so
know,
sad.
I'll never forget. I went into this store one day. This was a long time ago. I went into this store, and this little boy walked up to me and said, "Can I help you?" And I wanted to know. I don't know. Can you?
He was letting you know.
I mean, you're a child, okay? What makes you think you can help me, right? But he was letting me know that this was his daddy's store. His father owns the store. And already in his little 3 or 4-year-old mind, he already sees himself in business.
So hence it's his store too. If it's my
It's his
daddy's, it's
store.
mine.
That's what he sees. How many African children can say that?
Right. Let me get back to something you were saying about the policies and all. So again, these enslavers knew something about us that we still seem to not know about ourselves, and that is that we add value. We were the working commodity of this nation for many years. If any cotton was picked, it was done by us. Sugar, cane, all of that.
Yeah.
And so what happened was they insured us. So while we worked their lands for free, they still were able to work out some kind of agreement with insurers of this country, insurance companies. And so if we died or when we died, and it didn't matter how we died, if we died of old age, they
Or
got
if we got injured.
if they had disability policies. And let me say something about that. How we died. Remember, I said even doesn't matter how you died. So if you became maimed in the field, you know, accident of your own, or if massa cut your hand off, thought you was stealing, he was going to get a lump sum of money from a disability policy because now you can no longer serve him the way you used to. That's some criminal stuff. So this is what they did to us. What are we doing for ourselves? Nobody.
There you go.
Yeah, nobody has the real physical chains on our necks and making us go work the cotton fields anymore. We supposedly now go to work by choice, and benefits are offered to us, and many of us turn our noses to them, turn a deaf ear. We don't need that. Now we're able to bring home a check, and we still don't know what to do with it. We don't know how to prioritize and get ourselves to a place where we can leave the new plantation early and start our own business. We don't know how to set coins aside so that we can say, I'm just going to use this job here as a, how did my cousin say it? A
paid internship.
A paid internship.
That's
We
right.
haven't learned that principle yet. So again, I hope you all are getting what I'm saying. These people saw what value we added. So insurance was on our lives, and we didn't know anything about that. We were definitely a commodity. We worked the fields of this country. When we died, when we were dropped in the ocean on the way, the transatlantic trade across the ocean, if they pushed off thousands of us, there was an insurance policy that was already taken out on the whole ship, the entire cargo. We were cargo.
They put a claim in. That's right.
Claim in. So if
500
bodies dropped off, some of us jumped to our deaths.
Mm.
Then they turn in a claim. We lost 500 souls. I don't know if they
Mm.
call it the souls. We lost some of our cargo, and we need a check. So again,
So
hopefully you're
for
getting.
them, it was a win-win
It was a
situation.
win-win, and that's how we need to start using insurance for us and our families. Um, when grandpa leaves the scene and daddy leaves the scene and mama, they still left something for us to carry on a
Mhm.
legacy.
Mhm.
That not just the way she makes pound cakes, and that's cool too, because mama
Mhm.
got some good secrets in the kitchen. But now, because she did leave the recipe, you found it, and she left a sufficient policy, we're going to open up mama's lemon pound cake store, because
Mhm.
money was left for us to do that. There was some forward planning put
Mhm.
into this. We have to see our families, everybody, as really an entity, a working entity, somebody who gives back. And I hope that made sense. So again,
Makes perfect sense.
yeah, they profited while we were healthy and working for them, and they profited when we died. And many times
Mhm.
they were the ones who were killing us, and
Mhm.
yet they got a check. So yeah, I don't even get into that. A check for murder, huh? That's a whole nother concept. But
Wow.
we gotta start thinking better about ourselves. This is our time. This is our day. Um,
We got to start thinking. Period.
Period. We got to start thinking.
That's it.
Period.
We're not thinking.
We're not thinking. We're not thinking. We have to
You
put
know.
ourselves first, um,
Mhm.
on the table and said, I'm going to take care of first things first.
Mhm.
All of this other stuff will come later. Um, you want to start a business? A lot of people don't start their businesses to 45, 50, 60 years old.
Mhm.
But you want to have that seed money when you do open the
There
business.
you go.
Get a
There you
life
go.
insurance policy early. Get a policy. Um, Parents, help your children get a policy.
Mhm.
They may be the owner, but you make sure that they pay for it. You make sure, the right things are done, that policy stays in
Mhm.
place. Empower yourself by any means necessary. Empower yourself. Buy things that give back to you.
That's it.
And
That's
that's
it.
that's called an
That's
asset.
that's key right there.
Yeah, buy
That's
things
key.
that give back. Yeah.
That's key. I mean, if we would just buy with that mindset,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
okay. Um, I remember early in my business, you know, when I was investing in equipment,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel bad buying the equipment because I knew, for example, if I bought a DAT machine,
Mm-hmm.
right, that cost $800, I knew that X amount of DVDs,
Right.
okay, or so the DAT machine or the duplicator, the
Mm-hmm.
duplicating machine was I wasn't just throwing money away. I'm buying
Exactly.
something that's going to
Spin off income, money for you.
produce the money. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna manufacture what I need.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know.
It wasn't a waste at all.
Yeah.
You were buying
Yeah.
assets to add to your business, your bottom line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we have to not be afraid to spend money in a
Hmm.
wise way. Stop buying liabilities. Stop trying to fit in with the in crowd who is soon becoming the out crowd on the street corner.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
ain't in no more, being silly, hanging
Yeah.
out until you're 50 years old. Tell them later. Goodbye.
Mm, mm, mm,
I
mm.
found a better way to spend my money. Yeah.
I hope you guys out there today see the seriousness of what we're saying
Hmm.
and see the urgency of what we're saying.
Yes.
Okay. Again, family, you never know when tragedy and trauma is going to land on your doorstep.
You got that right.
All right.
That's right.
Don't let it catch you off guard.
That's right. Yeah.
And then you end up going in debt trying to handle a situation that you knew was going to happen anyway.
Exactly.
Come
Exactly.
on, people. We got to do better.
We have
We
to.
got to do better.
So
Okay.
many of us are so blessed too. We could make sure some other family members have life insurance policies.
That's true.
We're
That's
doing,
true.
really well. We can make sure, nieces, nephews, your parents
Yes.
say, Mom, Dad, have you all reviewed your policy lately? Because again, there was a
Yeah.
time that we were really only targeted for term insurance because they thought that's all we wanted to pay was so-called a cheaper premium.
I used to have it.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
used to have it. And listen, I paid for that policy every month for 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Probably twice. You got it again. It ran out. You did it again.
I think I did get it. I think I did get it renewed.
Yeah. When I met you and we talked about getting you some whole life insurance, you had a term policy.
I had term policy.
And it was a lot cheaper. It was a lot cheaper than what I was proposing to you.
Yep.
And you said, I don't know. You're like, And so I said, keep it, keep the term, but the day's gonna come when you're gonna outlive it. Keep the term, keep paying it, because it was pennies almost against the dollar. You're just throwing it away. I said, but buy this whole life as well. And the day is gonna come. I don't know if it was 8 years later, 9, but some years went by fast and you still had the whole life. And it was yielding to you more than what you signed up for. So whatever you signed up for, it was worth a whole lot more.
Yeah. But you know what's really deep about it?
Mm-hmm.
When you are in the term, your brain says, I'm covered.
Right. I'm good. I'm good.
So I'm good. Right. Exactly. Okay. It didn't really hit me that I threw my money away until after I outlived the term.
Because we don't value assets. And somebody has,
So I paid, I think it had gotten to the place I was paying like $140 a month for term because I was up in age.
That's a lot of money.
And when it came time when the 20 years was up, that was it.
And then I'm sure it went up to 280 or 2 something.
Yeah, and the rate went up higher. If I wanted to renew it, I would have been paying almost 3 times as much.
3 times. You're right. The older you get, it gets really high.
And so I ended up letting it go. But the point I'm making is for almost 40 years, I paid for an insurance policy. And at the end of those 40 years, I have nothing to show for it.
No death benefit.
No benefit at all.
How do they say it? You get what you pay for.
Oh, that's wrong.
You sound like so many other clients. They say, oh, that's wrong, Minister Stewart. That's
wrong. And so those of you up there who got term life, you can probably relate to what I'm saying right now. You probably need to give Minister Stewart a call. Just call her, y'all, and have her do a consult with you.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, come on. You only thing you have to lose is your ignorance.
That's it.
Grab what I'm saying here. Yeah. Only thing you have to lose is your ignorance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me say this too, Dr. Ray. Many people listening to us may have a term policy, and
a lot of people listening to us do have a term policy.
Okay.
Now, how do I know that? I feel it in my intuition.
You feel it in your intuition, your spirit, your viscera, all of that. But this is what I want to say. You don't necessarily have to call me. Some of you all, your health may have changed over the years that you've owned it. And you may be in a predicament where maybe you can't get new insurance. But most term insurance policies have something called a conversion ability in them. You can convert some of that term to a permanent policy without them coming and doing another insurability test on you.
That makes sense.
So,
I can hear some people saying, "Ooh, I'm so glad they talking about this today."
You gotta find this stuff out before it's too late, because a lot of companies only allow you to convert some of that term to a permanent policy before the last 2 years of the policy. So if you have a 20-year term, you can only convert the first 18 years.
Okay.
You coming up on that last year, you done had it 19 years and you down to 6 months left, and you call them, they're not going to offer you that conversion capability, shall I say.
Wow.
Most companies are not going to do that. So it's important to do things early. You know, by all means, I welcome you. If you'd like to have a consult with me, you can call me. But if you don't, I'm okay. I want to get right information out there. Call your current provider and say, you know what? Shoot, I'm getting up there. I'm 58 years old. What kind of conversion capabilities are attached to this policy? And see what it'll cost, because we got to stop thinking small. We think, oh, I'm gonna get out of here by the time
That's right.
Yeah. We think we know.
Yeah.
Somebody did a message Sunday, pastor here in Dallas, great known pastor, and he said he had the whole audience keep saying, I don't know. I don't know. And that is very important for us to say as a people, because so many times we think we know so much and we don't. I don't know.
Yep.
And I'll tell you who said it. It was Bishop T.D. Jakes. He kept saying, I don't know, but we don't know. Go find out. Go and find out the truth. Stop acting like you know everything.
Wow.
We got to stop. We're saying, I don't, he just kept having people say, I don't know. And you don't know everything. Go get the truth. Stop. And I said that to say, I kind of lost my train of thought. We think we know when we're going to die. We say, oh, I'm going to get out of here by the time I'm 72, 75. You look up, you 80 years old, and your term policy lapsed at 72, 73, and you thought you were going to be dead. Just say you don't know. I'm going to get a policy for the just in case, the inevitable. Just in case, I live to be 82. I'm still able to provide and leave a legacy to somebody. They can bury me with dignity and pride. They don't have to worry about what kind of casket, how we going to bury grandpa. We got a policy. It's in force until he dies. If he lives to 105, it's in force. And if you want to keep a term policy as well, that'll pay a much higher death benefit many times, because it's cheaper when you're younger and it's going to pay a greater death benefit. You're covering both bases. But more than likely, if you are taking care of yourself, your entire whole body, soul, and mind, you're going to be here a while until the Creator calls you home. And there's not a lot of policies taking term policies. There's not a lot of term policies taking people past the age of 80.
Right.
Especially if you got a 20-year policy, because I'm going to tell you something else, family listening to me. When you get to be age 60 and 65, the insurance companies are not even going to offer you 20-year term.
Right.
Because, they know that, you're probably not going to be here. They might offer you 10 or 15-year term, but then again, that premium is very expensive. And you may as well get a permanent policy at that point in your life. Yeah, so
it's going to cost you about the same.
Yeah, so longevity, we don't know how long we're going to be here. Just say, you know what, Mr. or Mrs. Expert in this field, go to them and say, I don't know. That's why I'm standing here in front of you. I don't know which way to go. But because this is your lane of field of expertise, help me.
And that's what I want them to do. I want them to call you. And brothers and sisters, those of you out there who you think you already got it already squared away, okay? Like I said, you have Minister Stewart just do a consult with you anyway, okay? It's bad when you think stuff is in place and it's not.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's best to have somebody, a professional, go over your stuff with you, okay, to show you um,
We're,
that what you do have and what you
yeah.
don't have.
Yeah. And
Okay.
we're equipped to show you what you don't know, because another thing just came to mind, and I know you're ready to go, but I'm surprised at the number of people who worked for some of the really large employer names, and when they retired, they gave them a death benefit that they can take with them for life. And some of these death benefits started out really high. They may have been 75, $80,000, maybe 100,000 at the point of their retirement, 65 years old,
Mm-hmm.
62 years old. But what they don't realize, they didn't read the fine print. Every 5 years, that death benefit was going down.
Mm-hmm.
So you may have walked away from, I'm going to say AT&T, with a permanent policy, so you thought, of 75,000, but you didn't realize at age 70 it was going down, at age 75. Many times it goes down to a minimum of maybe $25,000 death benefit.
Wow.
And it's
Oh, oh yeah.
because
Oh,
you
oh yeah.
don't know. You don't know, but you think
People,
you know.
people need to know that. People need to know that, because that's enough to make somebody come back from the dead. Okay. They think they got a policy worth some money,
Yeah.
only to find out that this policy ain't worth what they thought it was.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Man,
yeah, you got to review
you
what
know
you
how
have.
we are. Don't mess
Yeah.
with my money, even
Don't
if
mess
I'm
with our
dead.
money.
Don't mess with my money.
Don't mess with my money. So
Girl, I gotta get out of here. My time
yeah.
is up.
Okay. Well, I've
Oh,
enjoyed it. Thank you so much for having me.
thank you
And
for having me. Thank you for having me. I feel like I was the guest. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for being on with me today. And
it's
and
been
of
a
course
pleasure.
for caring for our people, as I know you have done and will do. So thank you. Thank you. I'm sure I speak for all of your clients. Thank you, Minister Stewart, for for us being able to trust you like we do. That means
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
That means everything.
I'm
And
honored.
family, I got about 3 minutes left before I have to before this thing is going to shut off on me. Okay, so Minister Stewart, thank you for being with me. And
Thank you for
hey,
having me.
and you guys give her a call. Again, we'll put that information up there for everybody to see. Okay. And we'll talk with you later, Minister Stewart.
All right. Model Tell.
All right,
Peace.
Motto Tip. Thank
All
you
right.
so much. Brothers and sisters, you've been on with Minister Karin Stewart and myself talking about uninsurability decreases your net worth. Okay. And brothers and sisters, of course, I got to get out of here by letting you guys know, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay. Email me with questions at dr.rayhagins1@gmail.com. Feel free to log on to my 24/7 teaching at theafricanvillage.org. Okay, our website, which is wblr.com also. Just go there and click the play arrow and you'll hear me teaching. All right. Also, brothers and sisters, I welcome your donations, so I thank you for that. Okay, whatever donation you make, please send it there. As you see, African Village One through PayPal. Okay, Cash App is # Dr. Ray Hagins. If you're making a donation through Zelle, it's rayhagins@gmail.com. And if you're mailing in your donation, it's African Village, 3520 North Newstead Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri, 63115. And of course, brothers and sisters, as always, I say, come on and be a part of the Black Achievement Fund. Go to baf.solutions, baf.solutions, and become a part of the Black Achievement Fund with the rest of us Pan-Africanists out here. Okay? Come on and be a member. All right? Yeah, family. And of course, I invite you to download our app as well. Okay, go to your Play Store, search TAVCC, download the app, say yes to receive our notifications so you'll get the announcements of when we go live. Okay, brothers and sisters, The African in me loves the African in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do because you're easy to love. Love you guys.